right. Good morning, everyone. We're so excited to have you here with us this Thursday morning. Thursday is my favorite day of the week because I get to hang out with all of you guys. It's so much fun. I'm here with my partner in crime, Ray.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Excellent. And so today, we always bring you a speaker or some kind of information that it can really help you grow your business. So um, I met these two guys. Uh, I've seen them a couple of times before, but I truly met them and got to know them at our company's shareholders function a few weeks ago. And they are the founders of Blended Sense. And so that's a little bit of an odd name, right? Do you know what Blended Sense means when you immediately hear it? No, I didn't. So, but it's super cool. What they do is help you use videography to grow your business. And so, Albert and Ransom are both here and going to share with us today some tips and tricks and ideas on how you can use videography videos to grow your real estate business. And they actually have a really cool company that you could work with them if you don't want to do all the stuff that they're going to share with you how to do. So I am going to let them introduce themselves and then go for it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please, you two are muted also, so unmute yourselves and share with us all about how Blended Sense came to be and what you guys do to help realtors.
Oh, thank you so much, Debbie. And if we were in like an auditorium right now, I'd have you all clap for yourselves and like get up and shout because you showed up this morning. So you could do that. Maybe some snap of the fingers for yourself.
Wherever you're at. Some of you guys are
Yeah.
walking outside too. Let's go.
We love to see entrepreneurs, builders show up to get better. And hopefully that's what we're able to offer today is, a little nugget here and there that you can take into your business, implement it right away, and move the needle. And so I think let's do like personal intros real quick, Ransom, and then I can get started. If that sounds good, we can start with you.
Yeah. Look, guys, echoing everything Albert just said, man, what a squad. Debbie, great job on building this community. Excited to be a part of it today and hopefully moving forward. But Ransom Tucker, I'm the president and chief operator for Blended Sense. So we are an Austin-based tech platform. If you haven't heard of us, we are at this point in time the largest media tech platform in the world. So think of us, the easiest way to understand what we do is like Uber for videographers. So we have the largest network of vetted, invite-only, professional, full-time, cinema-grade videographers today all across North America and Puerto Rico. And so we do a lot of events. That's where I think we've met Debbie several times, and one of the ones she referenced recently was up in Dallas. And so yeah, work with all types of businesses. Albert and he'll give you his background. We come from the inside sales world with some pretty big tech companies that had very successful exits on the grand scale, mostly selling digital marketing solutions into the SMB and enterprise ecosystem. And then Albert can tell you about his wife Abigail and co-founder as a commercial film actor. And so Blended Sense was kind of born from our deep knowledge of the modern business landscape and the rise of digital, especially video, and its place across the entire business landscape, regardless of what vertical you're in. And then juxtaposed that with the growing, vastly growing creator community, gig economy, local freelancers, uniting them on a local level to make sure that businesses had access to high quality content when and how they needed it. So yeah, super excited to be here. Excited to dive in with y'all.
Let's go. Hopefully that's the last time you need to hear about Blended Sense on this call. I'm gonna put our website and I'm gonna get you guys a discount code in the chat, but I want the rest of this time to be about y'all and really pouring in on all things video for your business. So that's our website. If you create your account on the top right, which is totally free to do so, whenever you are, if you're ever ready and you want us to produce content for you, that's the code that you can use. Blockbuster 29, and you'll get the best retail rate for anything you need. There's no subscriptions or auto renew. You can just buy credits and use them how you need them for filming and editing.
I'm gonna put
Cool.
our Instagram in there too, so you guys can follow us on there. There you go.
Amazing. Let's go. That's it. Blended Sense is not a candle company. All right, Debbie?
Not yet. Not yet.
Cool. Well, like Ransom said, my name's Albert. I'm one of the founders, CEO of the business. My background, first part of my life was baseball. I grew up in New York City, went to college, played some pro ball in Dodge City, Kansas. If anybody here from Kansas, you know where that is, and you probably ran out of there as well. But after that, I got into technology sales, as Ransom said, and I was part of three different tech companies that sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. And all of those companies were doing digital marketing of some level, right? And so everyone on this call is probably deep in the weeds of digital marketing for the last 10, 15 years, whether that's SEO, SEM, paid ads, social media management, newsletters, YouTube, etc., right? So I don't have to talk too much about that. But the key pivot here as we get into video is twofold. Number one, it is not our fault. Blended Sense, any videographer that you've met in the world, any freelancer, any production company, it is not our fault that overnight you guys as realtors had to become a media company, right? Let's get over that hump. It is not us pushing video on you. It is your client and the consumer behavior that is changing and has changed, where they today prefer to communicate and to get to know any business, product, or service through video. Cool? Does anybody disagree on that? We can't move forward if anybody doesn't feel like that's what we're dealing with. Cool. With that said, Ransom, myself, because of the world we come from, Abigail, and because of the world she comes from, have immense amount of empathy for the fact that you guys are now, on top of everything else that you have to do in your business, right? Manage the leads, do the appointments, the back office, the T's and C's, marketing, et cetera, you now have to be producing video at scale. Cool? Hopefully by the end of this call, you guys get, again, some nuggets where you can start moving the needle without having to empty the bank. Okay? Awesome. The second piece that I want to make sure we're clear as we dive into the presentation is that this is not a silver bullet. What we're going to go over today is not going to just turn on video in your business and you're going to start seeing leads coming in, flowing in, et cetera. Your SOI building quickly. Video is a long game. Video is to position yourself as a market leader, as a authoritarian, that's not even the right word, right? But an authority in your local community, a champion of your local community over time. And so this is something that you're going to, if you're not already comfortable doing it, going to have to get comfortable to produce it and to do it consistently over a long period of time to really start to yield the consistent benefits and ROI that it does for many businesses out there. Cool? If we're good with those two, we can get started. Debbie, you're good. You're saying yes for the crew. Everybody on here agrees with those. Let's get rocking. Ransom, off as I pull up the presentation.
No, let's dive in, man. Looking forward to making this interactive too. So please feel free, you guys. I'm in the chat. So if there's any questions as Albert goes through this, as we go through this, fire away. Let's make this a back and forth.
Awesome. All right, let me present here. Everybody see my screen? Sweet. All right. So how video plays in your real estate business. We just gave a quick background. I think Abigail, someone that in future ones, Debbie, would absolutely love to come on here. Her background is a commercial and film and TV actor and theater and singing her whole life, right? And so she understands the craft of producing video and performing in front of the camera. One of the reasons I wanted to touch on her is because if you guys need additional resources, which maybe Debbie, we can compile for you and you can send out to the crew. She's got a bunch of trainings and videos on our Instagram talking about how to prepare to be on camera, how to get your vocal cords warmed up, how to massage your face the night before, how to use some ice cubes under your eyes, right, to get prepared and to lively up in front of the camera, how to create XYZ types of content. And so please feel free to jump in our Instagram, find those, and then Debbie will compile some resources for you that Abby has put together around on-camera coaching as a whole. Cool. All right. The agenda today. So why video? We talked a little bit about, the fact that you guys have become a media company overnight. I want to dive into some more specific reasons why video is so important and can move the needle in your business. How video plays in your business. We're going to talk about the different ways and different video types that you can create to move the needle in your business, depending on your objectives and your initiatives. And then we're going to empower you guys to use this this thing right here, Ransom. I think you said something, which I don't know how it landed with our videographer network. But Ransom said recently while we were on stage, he said, "You guys are better videographers than every single videographer on the planet was 20, 30 years ago with this thing." And so let's empower y'all. You've already spent the money. You're already using your phones all day long. Let's empower you to create content that's low cost, right? And that moves the needle and makes impact. And so that's the goal for today. Then we'll do a Q&A. As Ransom said, we want to be as engaging as possible. Make sure we answer some of the questions that you guys may have. And then it sounds like we do breakout rooms. So cool. All right. This QR code, I think, takes you to our Instagram. So if you want to do that, want to follow along, if you're social, please do so. All right. I know some of you guys are on mobile device, so I'm going to go through these quickly, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main buckets of why video, and one overarching message around video. We call the videos that we produce, the raw footage that we film, we call those assets. You guys know what an asset is, right? It should increase in value over time. And so the reason we believe videos are assets is the number one reason is that they can go in so many different platforms online. You've got your main social media platforms. You've got YouTube. You've got your website. You've got Google Plus. You've got Pinterest. You've got Yelp. You've got et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, amount of distribution networks that are all free. And so if you are focused and you start to really shift your mindset around not just digital marketing, understanding what these platforms are, who lives on these platforms, and what I should put on these platforms, but really focus on figuring out a rhythm of consistently producing videos that can go on all of these platforms. All of these videos should become assets for you, increase in value over time. The more people that see it, the more eyeballs, the more engagement, et cetera, that becomes an asset that increases in value and yields you ROI over time. Cool. Some of the main reasons where there's data behind it, we can't, as business owners, and I hope you guys all relate to being entrepreneurs and running your own business, right? You cannot you can't turn your back to these stats. These are just facts. Customer engagement, 95% of video viewers retain a message when they watch in a video compared to just 10% when reading in a text form. 72% of customers prefer learning about a product or service. You guys are the product, and you provide a service through video rather than text, right? Marketing impact. 88% of marketers report that video marketing provides a positive ROI. Social media generates 1,200% more shares than text and image content combined. 84% of consumers say they've been convinced to buy a product or service by watching a brand video. We'll talk about brand videos. If you don't have one, get one ASAP. That is your commercial. That is your introduction to your clientele, your introduction to your SOI. That is the video that your SOI will share when they're sending referrals to you. You're going to incentivize them to share your content more when you have a brand story video. SEO benefits. You guys are on local markets. Everyone on this call, hopefully after we're done here, is going to get their YouTube situation going and any other search engine video focused platforms out there and start to drive potential SEO for yourself. You're trying to get opportunities in your local community, and so you guys are in the best position to really drive home what it is that your clients are searching for, no matter what market you're in. And once you know what they're searching for, let's make as many videos around those topics and fill up your YouTube with proper SEO practices and start to increase in value over time, right? Get inbound leads through your SEO benefits of video. And then lastly, mobile and on-the-go viewing. The consumer's getting younger. They are on their mobile device. They are moving. They're active. They are entrepreneurs themselves, right? And so mobile video consumption rises 100% every single year. Any questions on this? Anyone disagrees with how important and how embedded video is in your business? Let me know in the chat. Anybody? All good? We're rocking. All right.
That's
Cool.
good.
Let's get into some. I'll crank on this one, Ransom, and you can definitely chime in on any of this. But all right. So let's break down like the functions of a real estate business. Ransom, please, with your experience in real estate, correct me if I miss any of them. But
Yeah.
your main function is finding new opportunities, right? You're looking through your SOI, you're trying to find referrals, you're trying to help as many families as possible go through this in this huge moment in their life. And so that means you're prospecting, that means you are trying to generate inbounds and opportunities. And so the number one way that video plays in your business is all of these free platforms that are out there for you to post these videos. And the concept is quite simple. You guys probably heard it before. You're either on the platform or you're not. Every day that you're not on the platform, your competition is reaping the benefits and the rewards of all of the search that's going on every single one of these platforms from your clientele, your ideal avatar. Cool? And so what that looks like, this is Instagram, this is Facebook, this is Snapchat, this is TikTok, this is anything that is a social media platform. They are social. And so a lot of times we hear folks get stuck on what do I post? What videos do I create on social media? Well, our question always is, well, what do you care about? What is aligned with your ideal avatar? Who is your client, right? What resonates with them? Are you, to your point, Debbie, we love dogs. Are you just over the moon about your pets, right? Is that just a big part of your life? Well, let's incorporate them in video. Are you a big fitness head, right? You're out there doing just incredible things, ultra marathons, etc. Let's incorporate that into your social media videos. Are you a food connoisseur, a wine, a sommelier, whatever it may be? There's 9 billion people on earth, and when there's one, there's many. And so we encourage you that when it comes to social media, the videos that play the best are the most authentic, true to yourself, and the ones that can relate with your target audience. Cool? Real estate is a lifestyle business.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you on this too. This is that you guys are in a great spot. I mean, from our perspective, working with the entire gamut of the business landscape, right? Every vertical, doesn't matter if you're a local flower shop or a bankruptcy attorney or a realtor, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs content. But the good thing about being in real estate is Albert just touched on it. Anything happening in your world is real estate related, because you guys are selling the community that you're in, right? Not just the home, it's the community, it's what's going on, it's the schools, it's the parks, it's the new developments, it's the taxes, it's the financials, it's the weather, it's the hospitality, it's anything happening is content. So you have a bottomless pit of opportunities to go spotlight, and then you kind of cross-reference that with what resonates with you. So what you spotlight is authentic and engaging, and then you're attracting the type of people that you vibe with.
Love that. You guys see on the slide, we break it up into two parts: growing your business and optimizing your business. A lot of times entrepreneurs think they just need to spend to grow, and that's the only way they make more money. But there's also times where you've reached a scale issue, and maybe optimizing some of your systems and processes actually is going to yield you more time and profit in the long run, right? And so let's talk about growing your business. You've got the social media platforms, you've got recruiting, retention content, you got digital marketing and advertising, email marketing, lead nurturing, social media, YouTube and SEO, business partnerships, new revenue. No matter which part of your business you're trying to impact, and no matter which digital marketing campaign you're trying to run, the key is consistent video production. And so we always want to encourage you to focus on the content creation itself, get a rhythm and consistency around that, whether you're doing that yourself with your phones, whether you have an intern doing that, whether you have a family member doing that. It should be fun, it should be consistent, it should be reliable. And then you start to think, truly, you can do it both ways, right? You can reverse engineer it, but the attention needs to be on the content creation. And so let's talk about recruiting and retention content. Man, events, testimonials and stories, right? Where you can literally have someone, you can do a selfie style and have someone tell a story about how they got into business with you. Um, you can do things like your own business, showing the behind the scenes of you growing and recruiting and retaining your team and recruiting and building your business. Digital marketing and advertising, those are very specific to what are, you can go on ChatGPT, you can go on Google and search what are home buyers and home sellers searching for in XYZ area, in XYZ market, and then take those prompts and start to create videos around that. Okay. Email marketing, that's value, value, value. We're in a very mature season of email marketing. And so you really got to penetrate the noise. You either have to be driving immense amount of value, market updates, things that really help the consumer, the client, your avatar maneuver around big decisions when it comes to real estate, or you have to be really entertaining, right, to grab people's attention. So if you have a consistent show, a virtual coffee with Ransom in the mornings on Fridays, and you're talking about XYZ, something that's entertaining and consistently, you can also drive through your email marketing. Lead nurturing. Hello videos, how you doing? Happy birthday videos, right? Seasonal videos. There's so, if you go on Google again in ChatGPT and just type in social media holidays of the year, you're going to get so many different prompts and opportunities to be personalized with a video with your client avatar. If they love dogs, right, and they have dachshunds, there's a wiener day, there's a wiener dog day out there. Imagine a video that this 5, 6, 7 of your clients have your dachshund, and you create a quick 15-20 second video telling them, hey, happy wiener dog day, right? There's just so many opportunities, and you guys are limitless in creating, as so long as you stay authentic. Social media, we talked about that already. YouTube and SEO, you got to be really practical, tactical, and strategic around it if you want it to yield you results. And we would encourage you again to search on Google, on ChatGPT, what are the things that buyers and sellers are searching in my specific area that I service, and then use those prompts to create as many YouTube videos as possible. And then again, use something like ChatGPT where you can ask it to say, hey, I made a video about the schools in my area. Can you give me the best SEO practices for this video on YouTube? It's going to give you everything that you need, the description, etc. And you can obviously edit some of it, but it's low effort for you to copy and paste that and put it into your YouTube when you're putting videos out there on an SEO driven platform like that. Business partnerships, highlight your LOs, highlight your title folks, your inspection folks, right? The people that don't get those to get in front of the camera, that get that opportunity to help you and your clients, highlight those folks in your communities. And then lastly, I know time's running here quickly, so please keep me on track. But we got any question on grow your business? We're all good. All right, optimizing your business, client experience. So this is where we encourage y'all to look through your processes and your systems and your CRMs, right? In your SOI, what are the questions that you get all the time, often consistently across every single client? What are the moments in the process that you get questions on, right? Or you get blocked on consistently over time across your clientele? Look at your last 10 transactions. What do those clients have in common? And then start creating videos around those questions, objections, blockers, etc. So that the next time they happen, instead of you taking a 30-hour-long phone call in the middle of dinner and you have to tell your family, hold on, wait a minute, you can just send them a video on it, right? Those do not have to be highly produced. Those can be on your cell phone. They're more about the segment knowledge and your expertise around that specific topic. Cool? All right. Any questions, thoughts on how video plays? All right, hopefully that was helpful. And then Ransom, take us away with the power of the cell phone, since you made such a bold statement on stage.
I mean, yeah, you guys should all know at this point, right? Smartphones have been pretty ubiquitous for a while now. But if you don't know, make sure that when you are filming yourself, that there's camera settings on the phone in terms of quality, in terms of what you guys might want to do with them. For some of you out there that are maybe a little bit savvy with taking footage from your phone and putting it into some sort of an edit, whether you're editing in app like in Instagram or putting it into a CapCut. Some of this stuff will be helpful for you if you're not doing that. Some of these things you don't need to worry about right now. But speaking just on an iPhone, right? If you look on an iPhone, and when you go to your camera and you go to the top right hand corner, you're gonna have letters and you're gonna have numbers, right? You're gonna have when you default to video, it's gonna start with HD 30 typically, something like that. If you tap on the HD, you can toggle that from HD to 4K. So if you're ever trying to film something in higher resolution, you want it to look better, go to 4K. The 30, the number to the right, it'll go 24, 30, 60. That's your frames per second. That's how many frames per second you're filming. And so most of the time you can leave it in 24 or 30. 60 frames per second is going to be for any sort of clip that you ever might want to put in slow motion. We would call that B-roll, right? So if you're ever filming yourself or you're filming something at a park, you're at an event where a band is playing and someone's doing a little guitar solo, you might want to put that in slow motion. And that's what that is. And then there's obviously, there's other, more than one, versions of video now. You've got your cinematic mode, you've got different types. You can, have fun with that. The main thing here is that your phone is a high quality cinema grade camera. There have been films already at this point filmed entirely on phones. And so make sure you guys are understanding the power of what's in your pocket. Make sure that you're recording yourself anytime there's an opportunity to document. One of the biggest things with people, Albert touched on it, is not knowing what to create or what do I say. The biggest way to get over that is understanding that a lot of times you don't need to produce something. You don't need to have a whole script or shot list written out. You can literally just document what's happening, right? It could just be filming what you're at. It could be something as seemingly mundane as you're preparing, right? You're writing up an offer. It's a new contract you're looking at. You're accessing a certain portal on the MLS. You're checking out a new development. You're in a new park. You're anything, right? Just document what's happening, right? And offer your insight on it, how you're in taking that situation and why it might be important or why you think your audience might care about that. So document versus produce, right? There's going to be opportunities to produce content as well. But just to get started posting and the consistency that Albert's talking about, don't get hung up on I've got to have like a perfect script and my outfit or my hair, my makeup, my setting all has to be perfect. It does not. A lot of big time content creators started off with literally just documenting themselves in their car or walking around or just kind of, the consistency is the key. But you can do a lot of stuff with your phone, right? Especially if you get into like what's possible with in-app editing with Instagram, with TikTok, with CapCut. You can film a property walkthrough, film the park, just stitch together some of those clips. Just make sure anything you're doing, right? You're documenting it, have that footage, right? And then you have the opportunity to either work with a company like Blended Sense or use these platforms that have the editing in-house. There's a really easy kind of one-step path to getting content that has a produced look to it out relatively easily without having to have a whole film crew show up. So I just want to make sure you guys all understand that you guys have a videographer in your pocket at all times.
Oh, 100%. And with these settings, y'all, you should have all the quality you need, whether you have an iPhone or an Android, to execute. And remember, you're trying to grab digital footprint. So again, I want to back to the beginning. If you're not doing it every single day, you don't put videos up about something relevant in your business, right? That relates with your target audience, your competition is, and grabbing the market share, right? Grabbing the digital footprint from you. So
to land the plane on that, make sure, please, when you are posting when you're posting, you're all going to go post. Obviously, that's all hands in. Everyone's going to be posting stuff. Make sure you are tagging and or collaborating, if it's a platform like Instagram, with any entity that's in that video, right? If you're at a park, tag the park. The park probably has an IG profile. Any businesses or people that are in that video that you might reference or talk to, tag them, right? Make sure you're bringing other ecosystems into your content that brings other audiences into the content. So make sure you're thinking about it that way.
100%. All right, last piece, y'all, is this recurring web series. The reason we harp on this so much is because of how efficient it is and how much juice you get from producing these recurring web series. And so Is it exactly what it sounds like? Yes. We are suggesting that you guys all, with the help of ChatGPTs of the world, maybe with your friends, maybe with your colleagues, come up with some sort of recurring content piece. It could be as simple as, like I said, tea with Debbie. Uh, like it could be walking in the park with Ransom. It could be whatever it is. It needs to feel good. It needs to feel fun. It needs to be authentic to you. But we encourage y'all to find something you can consistently produce over time because of how efficient it is and how it plays across all of these different platforms. So when you think about doing something that, let's say, it takes you 5 minutes to 10 minutes, one, you have the long form piece of content, which, as we talked about earlier, can now go on YouTube and other platforms to help with SEO. SEO, if you're not familiar with that term and that acronym, is search engine optimization, meaning that when someone searches for XYZ, you are showing up as an option. So not only do you have the long form asset that now you can place on YouTube, you can place on all these platforms, but from that long form asset, you've got a bunch of micro content that you can now chop up using things like Opus Clip, using things like CapCut, using platforms like Blended Sense, right? And now you have content that can, again, you took 10 minutes to do it. You edit it for another 15, 20 minutes, and now you've got a bunch of different micro content to disperse across all the social platforms, your newsletters, and other digital channels out there. Not only that, we believe that it helps with branding. It helps with positioning. It's memorable, right? Whatever it may be. Again, it could be walk the dog with me, and you're talking, giving market updates. We're talking about real estate, right? You always want to be creative on how you tie it in, but it doesn't have to be a core real estate show. We actually would encourage you to look outside of that and start producing these recurring web series for yourself. So I will all this like right now. This is Debbie. This is your recurring web series, right?
You'll find it on our YouTube channel in a couple hours.
Yeah, Ray just let them know. Also, dude,
Absolutely.
it's funny. I see a lot of you guys, which is great. That's the power of the community. A lot of you guys posting who you are, your businesses, your value prop in the chat. I'm reading every single one of them. Every single one of those is a video asset, right? You guys are posting those, right, to an audience of, what do we have, over 80 people on here, right? Making that a video asset and posting it on digital. The audience is way bigger, right? It's so much bigger. So yeah, just seeing all this stuff. This is great. You guys are doing it right there. That's just another medium. So love it.
100%. That takes us home, Debbie. I know we have breakout sessions, so I want to give everyone an opportunity to ask some questions here as a group, and then you take us to the next phase.
All right, you guys, who has questions? I think you guys have been doing a great job of answering them in the chat here. So does anybody have any questions you want to unmute and ask?
Hey, Debbie, I'm going to jump in. Ransom, Albert, thank you guys. You guys crushed it. That was awesome. Can we kill the screen share so we can get back to faces? Awesome. All right, so here's my loaded question for you guys, right? Most people, blanket statement, are afraid of video. How do you guys help people reduce anxiety to show their face?
Wow. Got to call the bullpen for that one. You know what's crazy, Ray? Going into this thing, we never would have thought that was going to be one of the major blockers of people doing video. Never would have imagined it. And quickly we learned that that's a fact. No matter if you are a top producing agent doing hundreds of millions of dollars in sales every year, right? Or a brand new agent or a doctor, a lawyer, etc., it is a major blocker. And that's where actually Abby does a lot of like one-on-one help. She has 15-minute, free kind of on-camera coaching, and she does one-to-many webinars around that topic. It's deeper than marketing.
Okay, so
yeah,
can I pause you, Albert?
Sure.
Can I pause you real quick? All right, so dude, I've spent quite a bit of time with Lance at this point, and I don't think he loves being on video, but I don't know that he's necessarily like thrilled about it or afraid of it either. Lance, where are you at? Are you around?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Lance, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on? So I'm a Blended Sense client. I have nothing but amazing things to say about both Albert and Ransom. Everywhere I go, they appear. I was in Dallas at a mastermind. Albert was there like less than 24 hours later, I was in Miami at an event. Ransom was there. So like everywhere you go, you've got your photographers ready to go, someone on their team. One of the most amazing things about Blended Sense is the fear of camera. I'm really bad on camera. I don't enjoy it. Like I'm a decent speaker, but I could always be better. And basically, the coaching they give, the coaching their photographers give, the non-pressure of how you can kind of just roll. And they're like, we'll clean it up, just roll, just have fun, just be you. And what they do is they make you look good. So unlike a lot of other photography companies and videographers and production people, you'll get like a clip of just a good way of putting it, just the raw footage of kind of what you did, where they're able to edit it to every single time I see myself on video. I'm like, holy shit, is that me? Like, how'd I actually do that? And that's the secret to Blended Sense. Not only are they your videographer everywhere in the country, the ability for them to make you look better than you even appear. Like I thought my New York Inman video was AI. Like I didn't even know that was me. So it was just awesome.
I'm gonna drop that and see if I'll see if Zoom lets me upload that actually.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
yeah, got that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that, Lance. Also, dude, you've gotten, I mean, with anything with reps, right? When we've known Lance for a little while, and the first time we ever made a video to videos we're making now, right? Lance, you've gotten a lot better too on stage, like smashing stages, like, and that's like with anything in life, right? It's reps, right? Like everyone on this call, right? I don't know who the top producing agents on this call are, but at one point you weren't, right? At one point you'd never done a deal, right? You kind of tripped your way through your first contract, right? It's reps, like any skill, like any craft. But definitely appreciate the sentiment there, Lance. That's part of the IP as well, in terms of our network, who we match, who we send out, the information we provide before, the way we set up anytime we're filming, and then the application of knowing what we're filming, and then making the experience, to your point, Lance, which love to hear that, making it a fun experience. It's not meant to be a Hollywood movie shoot where it's 2 a.m. and everyone is stressed out and we got to meet a deadline and we're over budget. That's not the vibe of modern business content. It should be fun. It should be, what am I making this for? My message, right? And all of you guys are in the pro service business where you are the product. And so you've been doing the same thing that you do on video. You've been doing probably for years with your clients in person or talking to people at events or in forums like this, right? So it's just bringing that understanding that now the audience is inside the camera, is behind the lens, right? And so the only way to get past that is to go through it, right? And just reps, just start doing it. You'll be surprised at how quickly the anxiety will sort of fade away with time and reps. But really appreciate that,
Well,
Lance.
Yep,
two things, Ransom. One, the respecting the craft, right? But can you also, I saw someone say that they did a video and they still watch it and it's cringe. Can you remind everybody that everyone's rooting you on because they feel
Oh,
cringe as well?
yeah. Think everyone on this call, think about how you're feeling having this conversation right now, how you're thinking. I would imagine most everyone, if you're some of the ones that are uncomfortable, which is probably most people, you're probably not thinking of other people, right? Like when Lance was telling his story about speaking and being an inman, and Lance like admitted, "Hey, I'm not really comfortable with being on camera." You probably weren't thinking, "Haha, yeah, take that, Lance. I hope you feel nervous next time." Like no one was probably thinking that. If you were, get off the call. Like that's that you're like like no one was thinking that. You're probably thinking, "Oh man, that's awesome, dude. I want to be like Lance. Oh, he's on him. Ah, dude, he loves like." Most of you are probably thinking that. The 99% of the world is encouraging. Or if you start posting stuff, they're probably thinking, "Oh man, I wish I could do that." So it's almost the anxiety and the fear of how you might look or how you might sound is 100% internal. And the small faction of the population that would look at your video and laugh because you have one hair out of place or the lighting's not perfect, you don't want to do business with that person anyway. That person is of no value to you. So who cares, right? Like that, like, so yeah, no, that's one of the things which I know easier said than done, but that's the most people are rooting you on. If you start posting and you start engaging, they want to see your face. They want to see, they're going to aspire, and you can inspire other people to tell their story and get their business out there. So, like I said, easier said than done to get that nugget of knowledge through the brain, but that's the reality.
Love it.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much. I so appreciate this. We have time for one round of breakout rooms. And so I am going to open those now, and you'll have 10 minutes in the breakout room. Let me just make sure 10 minutes in the breakout room. Um, and Ray, I don't think I prepared Ransom and Albert for this. So give us a question
Yeah.
related to this for the icebreaker.
Yeah, will you commit to doing one video a day for 30 days? You don't have to share it. Just shoot yourself on your phone and get used to talking to your camera and get yourself warmed up, right? At least start with yourself. You
So
owe it to yourself.
we're gonna go into the breakout rooms, and when we come back, I hope you guys have had a great conversation, and everyone in the breakout room agrees to commit. And in the chat, when we come back, everyone is gonna type "I commit." So here we go. Go to your room. Yeah, we're back from breakout rooms. So that,
Okay.
yeah, you get 10 minutes in the breakout room, and then it sucks y'all back to the
And
main
then
room. So, but
enough
it's
is enough, huh?
well, it's perfect timing because it's
It is.
8:58 or 2 minutes till the top of the hour,
Yes.
depending on where you're at. So we're gonna wrap this up and expect to see everybody back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes.
Ransom and Albert, thank you so much for all of your hints and tips this morning. I think it is so important that we all start making video. So thank you for being here and sharing that with us. And yeah, I think it would be great to have your other half on, Albert, and have her share some of those behind the camera tricks. I think that would be a super cool presentation for everybody to get some ideas of what they can do. Ray, any last words before we sign off?
Yeah, just press record. That's it.
Let's go, Ray.
Turn it on. Press record. Nobody cares. Trust me. Nobody cares. Just press record.
Not a single person.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, don't forget to download the chat. Hopefully, you guys have been putting all your information in the chat as we go through. And so don't forget to download that. And we will see you guys all again next week. The link to our YouTube channel is in the chat also, and that's where you'll find this video probably a little bit later, but definitely by tomorrow morning. So thank you guys all. We'll see you next week.